Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Robert Devane, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Episode 346. This is the answer to a lot of your problems.
It's the Success Sensei podcast main event.
This is the answer to a lot of your problems. Very big statement, that. But if you listen and you hear me out, I reckon you're going to get a lot out of this episode. What is the answer to a lot of your problems? How could I even know what all the problems you're experiencing are? Well, we're humans. We're all experiencing very similar problems. Everything that is happening to you, you may think is only uniquely happening to you. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We're all facing similar enough problems on different kind of magnitudes, obviously. So how could there be a universal answer to your problems? And how the hell could I know it? Well, I can give you a massive solution. As I said, hear me out, listen to this, and I guarantee you by the end of it, you'll think a little bit differently about things. Okay, this is the answer. I'm going to give it to you straight away at the start, and then I'm going to clarify exactly what I mean. The answer to a lot of your problems is you need more physical labour. You have a lack of physical labour in your house, right? Straight off the bat. In your house, in your body, in your mind, you have a lack, in your life, in your house as well, maybe, yeah, in your life. But hear me out. Look, don't switch off yet. If you think about COVID, the COVID lockdown, who were the happiest people? They were the ones that were able to keep working. Remember how much everybody longed to be able to work. Now, it doesn't have to be work. It could be, it could be work for money. Obviously, it could be work for somebody else. It could be your job, for physical labor. It could be a project for yourself, physical labor. It could be to help someone else, for charity, physical labor. You need to be doing things. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions are happier when you are doing exhaustive labor, exhaustive physical acts, physical things that you're happy doing. I'm not just saying, we're not talking about excruciating things that you cannot stand, although you can begin to love certain jobs that you don't like. But from physical labor, you get a sense of fulfillment. You can think about doing a big project. Could be a big gardening project if you're lucky enough to have a big garden or anything. I don't necessarily want to define what that it could be. It could be servicing your own car. It could be doing gardening. It could be doing housework. It could be doing anything. It could be building something, making something, creating something, but actual physical labor involved. The sense of fulfillment, the confidence you get, the sense of self-reliance, the reliance that you create, the resilience you get from undertaking a physical project. It's the strength benefits, there's fitness benefits, there's health benefits, mental health benefits. You're basically improving or doing or progressing in some shape or form. And that is exactly what we're built to do. Our lives at the moment are spent avoiding physical labor. We fall out of love with it. We've decided that it's something to avoid and something not to embrace, which is what I'm suggesting. When you're at your happiest, when you are embracing physical labor, when you're active, when you're doing things, your mind, your body, everything is happy, everything is thankful. If you think back to times when you were busy, not just mentally busy at a computer, that's only one small area of life, but actually physical labor. Really, as humans, we actually do love the hardship. We're avoiding the hardship now. We've convinced ourselves we don't like it, but we actually do love it. You can change your mindset. if you think about people that you respect, people that you look up to, whether it's celebrities, whether it's high net worth individuals, whether it's business owners, whether it's people of any type of notoriety, if you hear about them or you see them, you witness them getting stuck into something, getting their hands dirty, I guarantee you that you have more respect for them. You love to hear that they still have the ability to be able to grind out their success. They don't have a fear of physical labor. They embrace it, and they still occasionally get stuck in. So you can too. You'll respect yourself more as a result of having the ability and regularly you'll further along whatever your projects or your goals are by having the ability to get stuck in. It's as well as last episode I recorded was as well as, not instead of. So we're talking about physical labor as well as everything else that's going on in your life. You know, anything that has a sedentary nature to it, anything that involves sitting, you know, using computers more. All our day-to-day work involves more phone life, more computer life. So we're talking about adding that physical labor element on a regular basis to your already busy routine. If you're wondering how the hell you can do that and you're wondering what I'm talking about, just listen to the last episode and that should help with that. There is no better feeling. Think about this now. There's no better feeling than falling into bed absolutely exhausted. Being satisfied that you've fully spent your day. You're spent. Your day is spent. You're spent, knowing that you fully lived that day, that, you know, you couldn't have possibly done any more than you did. That is a lovely feeling. It's a feeling that people are avoiding, but it's actually a lovely feeling. If you're not sleeping right, maybe you're not tired enough. You need more physical labor. When you fall into bed and you're that exhausted and you're absolutely spent and you've done everything that you could possibly do, and you've lived it, you do sleep better. You also can doubt. You can go to sleep doubting how am I going to get up in the morning? I'm going to be so stiff. I'm going to be so tired. That's how tired you are going to bed, that you think that you've used the next day's energy and you think you're going to be too stiff. And then you know what? Invariably, you wake up feeling great and ready to go again, and you can't even explain where you've gotten the energy from. Our bodies and our minds are designed for grafting. For a long time now, we've been embracing a lifestyle that is avoiding grafting, avoiding hard work, avoiding physical labor. Obviously, technology, even the industrial age, it has all made certain things easier, but that doesn't mean that, you shouldn't still have the ability to get stuck in. Everything is reducing your ability of being able to fend for yourself, being able to do things for yourself. Maybe you will also increase your skill set. Who knows? But you have to love it. You have to, in wrestling and in martial arts, to say, embrace the grind. You have to fall in love with the hardship of the physical exertion. If you don't, it's going to make the training and the competing very, very difficult. It's just a decision. You decide that you're going to love it, and then you can actually move mountains. Going to the gym, by the way. So we've substituted physical labor in a lot of cases for going to the gym to get some of the benefits of physical labor without doing physical labor. And then what does everybody do for the rest of the day? They avoid physical labor as much as possible. So you go to the gym to try to do a bit of physical labor, a bit of physical activity, and then for the rest of the day. Some people don't want to park too far away from the gym because it's too much of a walk. Some people do their gym activity and then they don't want to go up. They'll avoid a task that requires them to go up a flight of stairs. They'll avoid a physical task of taking out the bins. It is ridiculous. The gym, while it can be good supplemental training, it is a fairly meaningless activity. You're not doing anything of means, and that might sound really strange for me to say, but I wouldn't be a gym bunny. I'm a martial artist, so it's a little bit different. My training always had a meaning. It wasn't just for aesthetics. It wasn't just to tried to burn some calories. It wasn't just for maintenance purposes. It was additional to. It was because I wanted to compete and I wanted to fight. So there was reasons behind it. And I'm not running down gyms. I still like to go to the gym occasionally and all that. But if you think about it, doing your weights can be a meaningless activity in comparison to move a ton of stone with a shovel and tell me that there's not more beneficial. There's more benefits. It's not more beneficial than doing 3 sets of the lat pull down. Have a think about that one. Have a think. Said, let me know how you feel about that one. You can do more, by the way, and you can be more. You can have more as long as you are physically and mentally ready to move mountains if needed. Training, with purpose, like our physical labor with purpose, it does increase longevity as well, which is ultimately what we're all after. So I'm not saying, don't get me wrong on what I was saying about the gym, do your gym, but physical labor, embrace physical labor, as well as do your gym work, as well as do your training and your exercise work, as well as, but the physical labor should be achieving things, that sense of achievement and fulfillment and confidence in doing something, in being proud of yourself. That has been eliminated from so many of our lives certainly on a daily basis. Years ago, a village would come together and help each family build a house and be able to stand back and look at what everybody contributed and what everybody did. There's a lot to be said for, having daily physical labor that produces sweat. It's cleansing you, like it's needed. If you're avoiding sweating, if you're avoiding tasks that are hard, you simply need to reframe your mind, change your mindset, and it is a decision. Change your mindset. Fall in love with the hardness, the hardship. Why do you think people do combat sports? Because it's difficult. They love the hardship. They love the challenge. They love the extreme competition, where so many people would want to do the opposite and run a mile and avoid it at all costs. You can fall in love with, graft, with physical labor. And when you do, and when you're doing, these projects, whether it's helping other people, whether it's for a boss or for a company or for money or for your own personal projects, or all three of those, when you are doing them, if you reflect on any part of your life when you were at your happiest, more than likely you were satisfied. And that satisfied comes from an exhaustion, comes from seeing progress, comes from having the ability to do physical labor. Have I convinced you? Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your input. I'd love to hear how you're getting on. What projects, physical labor projects do you have? What examples do you have? Let me know and contact me anytime. Thank you for listening. I'm Robert Devane, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.